All right, so let's talk about late night eating, and which is another cause of the freshman 15. And as far as late night eating goes, college students have different perspective of time than other people as far as waking up and when they go to work or when they start their day and or start school. When you're in high school, most high schools start 7:30, 8 o'clock. You know, that's typical starting time. Some even start even earlier than that, 7 o'clock, which means in high school, people are used to waking up, high school students used to waking up at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning. Some even wake up even earlier than that. So, and that's normal. By the way, that's normal. when you get out of college, it's the same type of thing. If you got to be at work, you know, at 9 o'clock and you have an hour-long commute, you know, 8 o'clock is when you need to leave your house. But before you leave your house, you want to sit out your kids, eat breakfast, you know, get dressed, you know, take a shower, all that kind of jazz. So, you know, so waking up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock is normal for non-college students, all right? What happens with college students, though, is college students learn typically by the second semester of their freshman year that, wait a second, I don't have to take 8 o'clock classes. And a lot of the 8 o'clock classes, by the way, that you'll see are filled with either freshmen, first semester freshmen, or second semester freshmen who haven't figured it out, or students who have to take that class because they got locked out, they maybe registered late, and it was in their major and they had to take it, and that's usually you see at 8 o'clock classes. So sometimes it's tough for students even to take a 9:50 class or 9:30 class, you know, and so a lot of students will determine their entire schedule based upon the class, like, oh, I don't want to wake up this day, or I'll take all the classes Monday through Thursday, but I don't want to take early classes, and so a lot of students like to sleep in, and they have the choice of that. If you're taking 12, 15, even 18 credits, you can pretty much get away in a whole day, and watch the time management sections of the video of the website, but you can pretty much get away with not taking a class before 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in some cases. And so some students probably choose their major this way, which is not the best way to pick a major based upon when classes meet. So a lot of students will start taking later classes. They'll take classes between 1 and 7 or 2 and 7, 2 and 8, and they take late night classes or late afternoon classes so they can sleep in. And so they sleep in, and it's not abnormal for you to go to if you go to a college and you go at like 9 or 10 o'clock and you walk into a dorm and you find about half the dorm still sleeping or just getting up, and it's weird when parents go and visit. They're like, what the heck's going on? But that's normal for college students, and that's just what they do. So what happens is now by doing that though, you're gonna be shifting your eating patterns, because you're not waking up until 10 or 11. Okay, and then students, sometimes they'll just skip breakfast because they wake up, roll out of bed, and go straight to class, which is not good. Okay, that's the whole point of breakfast. Break your fast because you've been sleeping for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. 10 is a little bit much, but you've been sleeping for a long time, not getting any nutrients, and then you're going to go straight to class and try to learn stuff and absorb it, and you have no sugar in your body, any energy. So it's very important you don't skip breakfast. So they go and they eat breakfast, but breakfast is lunch. If they go to the dining hall, they're already serving lunch. They're eating like pasta, and they're eating breads, and I'll have a sandwich or something as opposed to some fruit or cereal or something like that. And then they're off to class. So now what's happening is you're taking your breakfast, you're turning it into lunch, and as far as your lunch, now your lunch gets turned into dinner. Now you're eating lunch at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, and then they're staying up until 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because just hanging out, supposedly studying, but most of the time just hanging out or being up or watching TV or playing video games or something along those lines on Facebook or whatever, and that's just kind of how that works. And you might go, as a parent, if you're a parent watching this, you might go sleeping until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, lazy. Okay, what does I'm saying? It's because they go to bed at that time. They're going to bed at 2 or 3. For someone to wake up at 6. My mom, for example, who was a kindergarten teacher for almost 30 years, she wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning every single day, even though she's retired. Well, because she's done that for her whole life, and she goes to bed, like, my mom goes to bed like 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, she's out by 10. So if you're talking about that, it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. If she goes to bed at 10, that's 6 o'clock in the morning. She typically wakes up between 5, 5 and 6 or 6 or 7. That's usually in that range is when she's waking up. So it's just 8 hours of sleep. But if you're a college student, you're staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning, every night just because, well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 o'clock. If you stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, that's 11 o'clock. So it's the same amount of sleep. It's just when they're going to bed. And so it's the same 8 hours of sleep either way. So point being is, so now they're up until 3 o'clock, but if you're up at 1 or 2 or 3 and you're getting hungry around 1 o'clock, well, what are you going to eat? You're not going to go to dining hall, okay? So you're not going to make yourself food at 1 o'clock in the morning. So you end up calling out. You end up calling, a fast food place, or you call a place that's going to deliver or something like that. And you know what? I don't think they have really healthy food that they deliver at 2 o'clock in the morning. And who wants to eat a salad at 2 o'clock in the morning? It's ridiculous. So, so the point being is, all this late night eating. Now, if you do that once or twice, that's fine. But most students, that's their normal routine. Okay, and then on the weekends, they're going out, Saturday night, late at night, and not waking up until early on Sunday, until afternoon on Saturday, on Sunday if they wake up at all. So they're eating late night on Saturday after they go out to the party. Same thing with Friday night. And so you continually do that, for a semester, 3 or 4 months, you're going to start gaining some weight. It's just kind of how it goes. And so the point being is you want to be very careful with your time patterns and when you're eating, and are you eating a lot during the nighttime. And simple solution for this is take morning classes. All right, so force yourself to get up and go to class, okay? So, be aware of how late you're eating. If you're gonna stay up late at night, snack on get one of those packages of, celery and carrots and tomatoes with some dipping sauce, grab that and, snack on that, so that way at least you have something that you're eating. Drink a lot of water, which is a good thing too, because that'll just fill you up and it's empty calories, so you don't have to worry about, there's no calories really, so you don't have to worry about, losing weight. Plus water helps. If it helps your digestive system, helps all your systems, is having water. So just force yourself to start waking up. Don't fall in the trap of setting up your classes all in the afternoon and evening just because you don't want to get up in the morning. Because when you get out of college, you're going to have to get up in the morning anyway. It's a part of life. So learn how to get up, learn how to take early classes, and force yourself to get up, and try not to shift your eating patterns to where you're eating more and more food later and later in the evening time and at nighttime. All right.